Hey guys, welcome back to JLE Tech. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the SanDisk SSD Plus solid state drive. I picked this up for an uncle of mine whose laptop, the hard drive on it died. So it was really cheap in Best Buy, maybe like $40. So I decided to pick it up since they didn't have any 850 EVOs. So right now we have a preview of the box. Not as nice as the packaging on the Samsung, in my opinion, but it's the box. Who really cares? Um, this SSD boasts speeds up to 520 megabits read and 180 megabits write. So it's not the fastest drive. It's definitely not as fast as the Samsung, but you're paying $40 for a 120 gig SSD. You can't really complain too much. Um, in this video is going to be a really good opportunity to see how the two stack up in terms of performance. What you're getting what do you pay for when when you're buying a more expensive drive as opposed to what you're paying for when you're buying a cheaper drive. So we have the SSD. We have here the SanDisk SSD installation guide and warranty. Um, this is the software for the SSD, and it's pretty much it lets you know how the drive's doing, what the capacity. It lets you update firmware and such. And here's a little faceplate for us too. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the packaging. I do have a little trouble opening it up here. Gonna have to grab the knife. But immediately when picking up the SSD, I can feel that it's much lighter than the Samsung. The Samsung is made of entirely of metal. This is made of plastic. To be honest, it wasn't the best feeling SSD, as in it wasn't the best feeling piece of equipment. It really did feel cheap and not as pleasing to hold, not as sturdy, not as robust, not as nice to hold as a piece of metal as the Samsung SSD. This one's made entirely of plastic. It has the logo on it on the front, and yeah, like I said, it wasn't as pleasant to hold as the other one. You're not really going to be holding it too much, but from a quality standpoint, I wasn't too impressed. So next we're going to look at the crystal disk mark test that I ran on the SSD. If you'd like to refer to my last video, if you want to compare it to the Samsung SSD, I'll leave an annotation on screen, and I'll also leave a link in the description so you can check it out. The Samsung was getting speeds at around 550 write, 550 read. So the performance was really good on that SSD. This one, we kind of have a different story. The read speeds are 550, similar to the Samsung, but the write speeds are very different. We're getting 210 megabits per second write speeds, and that's probably where the price difference is there. The Samsung has great performance in read and write, while this drive seems to only have good performance on read and decent on write. So that's going to do it for my review of the SanDisk SSD Plus solid state drive. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave a like down below, and also leave any comments with anything else you'd like me to look into and review. I already have another product lined up for review, and surprise surprise, it's not going to be an SSD next time. I actually got something different to look into. So look forward to that. If you guys want to see more videos, like I said, subscribe, and just keep tuned for the next video.